Alright, welcome back. Today I am starting The Suicide of Rachel Foster. This is another game that I believe is supposed to be a walking horror, although I don't know a whole lot about it. So we're gonna dive into this one blind like I usually do. My dear Nicole, okay, so the bottom part doesn't really match the note. You are the daughter every mother dreams of. Beautiful, smart, and fair. We've been through a lot, and I know things weren't always. You are the daughter every mother dreams of. Beautiful, smart, and fair. We've been through a lot, and I know things haven't always been easy, but remember what Dr. Franklin said after your speech at high school graduation. And the little subquotes down here, faced with the dragon, one must brandish sword and shield. Sometimes one has to know when to kneel before the dragon. That must be the quote. I've always thought of you as a fighter who faced the toughest challenges, is capable of brandishing all the weapons necessary to fight courageously and heroically. We never talked about what happened with your father. Looks like she scribbled out the name. But now, I need to tell you a few things before this illness separates us. Oh, so mom is sick. Okay. It's a slow funeral dirge here. It looks like I'm crowding people into the weeds as I push forward. The affair your father had with that young woman 9 years ago, and her ensuing suicide broke our family apart forever. Imagine exactly what was going through your head in that moment. My father no longer exists for me. I can only trust my mother. So that must be okay. So the note is obviously the note from mom, and then the bottom quote says my internal thoughts. That your father had irreparably betrayed our trust, and that she had done the right thing by throwing her... What the heck? Right thing? Right thing, my butt. Throwing herself off of that cliff. I was there. I've always been there. When you dislocated your shoulder at the first game, when you sobbed at night in your room you didn't recognize, and when you kissed Duncan Forbes under the Christmas mistletoe in 1985, you marched against abortion in your first year at college, Duncan was a good kid, but even if I've never said so before, I immediately thought you wouldn't have a lot to talk about. Talking is the foundation for every relationship. Don't we all know that? If you don't talk, you drift apart. There is so much to say when you don't have a lot of time to say it. First of all, I'm sorry. First of all, I'm sorry, is the internal. More marching slowly through the rain in the funeral dirge. I'm probably not using that word correctly. Like, I literally don't have any control over that. It's just push up and walk. So anyways, let's see here. I never thought, does that say sage or age? There's a squiggle in front of that. I never thought age was an emotion worthy. Man, this is horrible handwriting. Sage, whatever. An emotion worthy of a good Christian. Rage, okay. I never thought rage was an emotion worthy of a good Christian. But I used it. I used it to endure pain. I don't want you to live your life like I have. My love. I want you to be free from the past once and for all. That is why I want you to do exactly as I say. Sell our hotel. The hotel is my family's, and you're entitled to it. Go back there, Nicole. I've hired a lawyer in Helena, Mr. Jenkins, to give you this letter once your father has passed away. I will already be long gone. Take a quick inspection, sign the papers, and sell those walls that hold nothing but rage. Keep what you need to pay off your university loans, and give the rest to the girl's family. Let's end this story once and for all. Echoing the last thought, and let's end this story once and for all. We've always been there for each other. I wish I could still be there at your graduation, your wedding, my grandchildren's birth, but that's it. We don't know how much time we have. Looks like she was crying when she wrote this. You can see the tear splashes. Or maybe we're crying as we read it. Maybe both. Let's see here. Time we have. Use yours to love. There's nothing else worth living for, fighting for, or dying for. Believe me, I love you above all else. It actually kicked me on. It took too long to read it. Butterflies.
The bad weather crossing Montana is amassing all the characteristics of an atypical storm. The bad turn is proving worse than expected, with above-average winds and snowfall, especially forecast for Helena National Forest Natural Reserve. The National Weather Service warns residents to follow all instructions given by local authorities and to avoid all unnecessary travel. Some concerned meteorologists are comparing it to the storm that hit Billings in 1955, with 42 inches of snow falling over a single night. Are we heading into the mother of all winters in Lewis and Clark County?
suspect we're about to get snowed in, given that forecast. So we're in Montana. Got us some vintage postcards there that are really cool looking.
Smell. It's all I remember from the night we departed 10 years ago.
This walking bauble might make me sick eventually. So we've got a bunch of flammables out in the garage here. Paint jar. Alright, I had to fix the sensitivity. Interesting. It is extremely windy outside. Okay, so there's a zoom button. Why did that light turn on? Oh, okay, there's a map. I'm just randomly pressing buttons right now. Previous floor, next floor, to-do list. Oh, there's a church in there. Laundry room, boiler room. So we're in the garage right now. Electric room must be just behind us, considering where I'm facing. Locker room's just up to our right a little bit. Okay. Now there is a cool looking car. An old Volkswagen Beetle. Mom's car. Okay, so there's a little bit of a move faster. Leonard's motorcycle, that would be the dad. Oh, he drove an Indian. I don't see a lot of them. Okay, so I don't like look at it for tools or anything. I can just... It's not much of a sprint, but there is a sprint. Nope, wrong button. Still don't seem to want to let me in there. What's plugged in? Oh, this shop light over here. Can I go in here? Door's all blocked off. It's pretty creepy in here.
The attorney said to check the office first. It should be just beyond the Mountain Museum at the end of the stairs to the main floor, if I remember right.
What did she say? Museum? Main floor? Boiler room. Okay. Check-in, reception, hall, and boiler room behind me. It doesn't want to let me open some of these doors. I'm coming, I'm coming.
emergency? How can I help you? What's your emergency? Hello? Can you hear me? What's your emergency?
Somebody dialed emergency
Mr.
from
McGrath,
her?
hi, it's Paulie from Century Telephone Company. I'm sorry to bother you, but as I told you last time, the company requires cutting off the telephone service to delinquent customers. I'm really sorry, Leonard, but my hands are tied. We have to go ahead. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Yeah, Nicole, it's Jenkins, the attorney. The hotel chain that wants to take over your hotel has just dumped a mammoth holy Bible of documents on my desk that I need to check through. I have to personally go to the county land registry office before we meet. Listen, I know you didn't want to go to your father's funeral, but now the hotel is entirely your property. The law requires you to assess its condition before putting it on the market. It's very noble of your mother to want to repay that poor girl's family, Rachel. Not everyone would deprive themselves of such a sum. Anyway, it's up to you now. Get to it. I'll bring you a burger you Portland folks can only dream of. Oh, I left you some notes and a master key on the dining room table of your family's old apartment. Start your rounds from there. Give me a couple of hours. Don't run off, all right?
Sounds like it's finally finished.
We should have hired a decent attorney from Portland, Mom, not this potato head. Come on, let's do this.
Personally, I think I would have kept this place, but... Anyways, I was just observing some of the artwork in here. I don't know if you can call it artwork or not, but I kind of want one of these for my home office. It's a really cool map. We got us Leonard's radio, and I keep expecting to be able to pick it up and like turn it on or something like that, but I must be thinking of a different game. New World, Walking Dead. Sorry if I sound weird, I'm turning my head to read these. As far as I can tell, there's no crouch button, but it looks like there's something down there that says breathing or breathtaking. Lip and find Evermotion? Don't worry, it's really weird binding. Be your own boss. Knowing too much? There's a interesting... It's the Chronicles of Barney. I feel like I should be familiar with the reference on that one. Forever Finance, Best Interest. More New World. I don't know how many times you need the same book in different size bindings. Blue Screen of Death. Get one for yourself. What? Blue Screen of Death. Get one for ourself? Hour. Like literally hours in the day. Self. I think there's, yeah, I don't know where they got their assets for these things, but they're kind of funny. Anatomy 101, it's got like a, it looks like Trump in his underwear. The Power of Carnival. Secret Yacht. Premium Rest. Geological problems, define them with Evermotion. Inside your brain, discover secrets. Alright, enough looking at books. I'm getting sidetracked. What's this thing? Security Department of Helena. Quality, security, and cleaning. This would be another cool one for the wall. Constellations for March and April. Got north, northeast, northwest, okay, south. That would be cool. Literally put like one of those up and change it through the seasons. Yep, we've got glasses, we've got some lucky stars. We've got Leonard's Cup. He must have been a big space fan. I wonder if he actually worked for NASA or if he just, well, here we go. Montana State University. The Senate of Montana University admits Leonard McGrath, who has successfully fulfilled the requirements, all of the requirements, and completed the prescribed course of study for the degree Masters in Astrophysics. So I wonder, why is he running a hotel if he seems to have NASA stuff all over the place? Let's see here. With all its rights and privileges and the witness whereof the seal of the university is hereunto affixed. Presented this 25th day of April in 1938. Signatures. Let's see. Bachelor of Science. Okay, so he's got his bachelor's and master's. Why does that one look newer than the other one? Because, like, this is really faded out over here. My controller's still really sensitive. This one is less than impressive for office stuff. Financial records. Lots of financial records. Okay, so they don't want me to go out that door. Storage won't let me into either. Certificate of Excellence. I don't know who Claire is, but apparently whoever the secretary is that used to work in here didn't take her stuff with her. Hotel and Restaurant Association. She must have been like the local manager. Oh, this is Mom. Okay. Mom's Awards. I didn't catch the little heading on that. August 1983. Is that today's date? 37 years ago? Greatest Hotel 80s. Yellowstone. Fergus? Some interesting maps on the wall. North Pacific. Natural Service, a place you may enjoy. Visit our great park. National O Park. There's a cool picture. Accounting for inventories. Okay, you guys don't want to see this. So we are here. Fireplace room. To-do list. Mr. Jenkins said he left the management key in the master suite. Let's see. So this is reception. There's the dining hall. Oh, there's some really nice pictures they got on the wall. A couple are missing though. And it looks like they've been up there for a while. Holy crap. Oh, come on. I don't want to observe it, I want to ding it. Because I'm annoying like that. That's one way to get us from not trying to look too far beyond the zone of developed rendering objects. Just make everything super blurry when you look outside. So we got the ballroom ahead. Long distance calls, huh? Dying rose. I don't think that's a dying rose. I think that's a dead rose. I don't know if that's one that came off the wall up there. Bit of an overhead balcony. What did that say down there? Welcome to the beginning of your adventure. Creepy floors, creepy. First floor. Well, doesn't let us go into there. So we must have to go up. Master Suite. Yeah, it's gonna make us get the key before we can do anything. I wonder when this was last operational. 'Cause it looks fairly well maintained still. Nice picture. I like how it lets me kind of tell whether or not I can touch a door from a distance. Man, that floor is so creaky. So we've got the master suite here. Apparently glasses get left everywhere. Boy, that looks like it hasn't been cleaned in forever. That is such a weird looking toilet. There's a lot of medication here. Pride your brain. Crush proof box. Brinston filtered. Full rich tobacco flavor. This is not an ad. Cleaner. Pluto. And it looks like some kind of a cabinet cleaner. Washing powder. Yep. Just a bunch of cleaners. Bunch of dad stuff left behind, apparently. Mathematical physics. Johnson Brown and Garcia Miller. That actually sounds like a book that I had in school a long time ago. Understanding the New Mathematics. That running water sound is a little creepy. Some more posters. Come on, can't you clean up after yourself? When did you die? String theory. An introduction to the bosonic string? Is that like a theory of time travel? Theoretical framework in which the point-like particles of particle physics are replaced by rational objects called strings. Blah blah blah, propagate, blah blah, string look just like, blah blah, blah blah blah, string theory is broad, varied, blah blah. Doesn't look like anything super interesting. If you really want to read it, you can pause it. I don't want to bore everybody with that one. Scott Allen, General Relativity and Relative Astrophysics. Einstein established a theory of general relativity, blah blah blah. I devote this article to enlightening some of the current astrophysical problems based on general relativity. However, there seem to be issues regarding explaining certain astrophysical phenomena based on Einstein's theory alone. Not a lot of useful information. So we pretty much know that her dad, oh, that's cute. You got little marks for how tall you got. When does this start? 1969? At least that's the lowest one we can see. Leonard, Nicole, and Claire. So I am Nicole. Dad and Mom passed away. Dad had an affair with somebody called Rachel, who sounded like was pretty young. That's a pretty gross looking sponge. That's a pretty gross looking floor. Even if it doesn't or isn't supposed to look that way, no, it's definitely dirty. I think. Gross. It's time to replace that floor for sure. So yeah, Dad had an affair with somebody who committed suicide. I shouldn't say somebody. We know it's Rachel because it's the name of the game. Astronomy in ancient Mesopotamia. Actually, that's some fun stuff to look at if you want to look into some I can't even think of what the right way to put it is. There's some shows that kind of cover ancient space travel. Time of the Pharaohs. He is doing an awful lot of historical studies on math. Astrophysics for a physicist. Mathematic of astronomy. Radio astronomy. Cover looks like some kind of a Doppler effect type thing going on. He has countless books on math. The fourth dimension. Dear God, has he got books. Books, books, and books. He appears to have liked hockey a little bit. Oh, I thought that was something squeaky. That's a radio that's left on somewhere. What is he doing over here? It's like he's studying certain mathematical phenomena in his sleep. He's like sketching it out and sticking it up to the wall above his bed. Oh, here we go. We're starting to get into some weird stuff. Book of Spirit Communications. And I'm not familiar with that particular, it's not a typical looking pentacle. Pentagram? I don't know what that... It's not a pentacle. Is that maybe... Oh, esoteric books. Arcane Alchemy. Magic in the Stars. Guns for Dummies? Why is that mixed in with his metaphysical stuff? And Poland? I get a feeling there's gonna be some kind of weird stuff going on. I can't make out what that thing is. What does it say? Little pest picks? Inferno? Nicole's room. My room, my rules. Before I go in there, these are closets. I've already kind of looked at that stuff. Montana trees. A Polaroid. Electronic material, fragile, don't crush. Is there so many boxes because somebody's already tried packing this stuff up to like get rid of it? So apparently
Everything's here exactly the same as when me and Mom left 10 years ago. It's so... Doesn't matter. Quick tour, nothing more, Nicole.
I can hear a subtle heartbeat, so this is a strung a chord. Athletes' memories. Ice hockey team. Women warriors. That's a cool poster. Cool. What does that say? I can't tell. It's like comp something. It's a little older than I can recognize. I know there's floppy disks, cassette tapes. I don't know what that bottom deck is there, that HS. That kind of looks like a VIC-20 or maybe a Commodore 64. I feel like I should recognize the thing that has the floppy disk on it though, because that looks familiar. That almost looks like a Nintendo. The Japanese one. I forget what they called it. Family something? Famcom? I forget the name. But it doesn't look like it at the same time, so I'm not sure. A radio.
Victims in the last 3 days. The snow plows are ready, but we're waiting for the intensity of the snowfall to... There will be possible blackouts in the more isolated areas. Make sure your generators are in good condition with stockpiles of fuel. Instructions: refrain from going outside unless isolated ports return home.
You okay? That's a little creepy. It looks like it's still on. Okay, there, the light went out. How many of you guys remember this old floppy? These are when floppy disks were actually kind of floppy, even though this one looks kind of rigid. She must have played hockey. Oh yeah, there we go. Hockey trophy. Even though this poster here, well, this is Olympics, so I'm gonna say this looks like a men's team, so Nicole definitely probably wasn't on that, because all that stuff was kind of weird. I shouldn't say it was weird. A mixtape. How many of you guys made one of those? I mean, like a literal mixtape. I don't mean like making your own CDs. Yeah, you probably don't even know what a CD is these days. Unicorns exist. Best restaurants in analysis of space. Perfect story. Walking Dead. We've got a few copies of the same book in here, and I'm not going to read all of her tapes here, but she certainly has a good collection of them. Yeah, there's another one a lot of you won't know. Maybe you've seen them somewhere in a museum. Audio Monster. Uncompleted 360 flip. Oh, so there's the key.
This is the manager's key my mom wouldn't give me when I was little. I'll need a master key for the guest rooms, though.
Oh, there's an old phone. Is that actually? That is the real thing, isn't it? I only ever had a little two-way radio that looked like one of those. Battle of the Bands Summer Camp. A little bit of Dad's influence, I suspect. A bit of interest. Is that in here?
What is this, a joke? Hello?
Can you hear me? Is this Miss McGrath?
Wilson. McGrath was my father's.
This is Helena Federal Emergency Management Agency. My name is Irving Crawford. Mr. Jenkins told me you'd be arriving.
Mr. Jenkins is a very enterprising man.
Oh, I guess so. I wouldn't know.
I'm kidding.
Oh, right.
Any reason for your call, Irving from Federal... whatchamacallit?
I'm calling to assist you during your stay at the hotel.
What?
The timberline is old but sturdy. You'll enjoy your stay, and be safe, no problem. The furnace, wiring, it's all under control.
Oh, okay, enough.
What?
I don't know what Jenkins told you, but I have zero intention of staying here longer than, let's say, 20 minutes.
Oh. But the storm.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm leaving straight away.
Maybe you're not aware that...
Thanks for everything. Irving, right?
Irving. Yeah. You...
Bye.
I think we should have listened to him. I don't know if it matters what time it is. I suspect we should have listened. We must have kept the phone. It looks very violent out there, and I don't know what that explosion sound was.
This place is a real mess. Never thought to find anything like that.
Oh yeah, it's nasty looking outside. What is banging and making so much noise? Dang, the storm shutters just...
Hello?
Hey, you still there, Irving?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm still here, Miss McGrath. I mean, Miss Wilson.
Jack was sturdy.
Oh, that's what I was trying to tell you before. Around these parts, the weather...
How much time do I have to move?
The snow piles up pretty quick, and some parts over 3,000 feet are already icing over.
I gotta risk it.
You're not thinking of taking the car?
Obviously, yes. I didn't know I was going to choose.
Yeah?
Nicole, listen. If your car breaks down, we can't come get you. Not even with tanks.
Whatever happened to Miss Wilson?
Sorry about that. I just,
Nicole is fine. That said, thanks for everything. Again. Thanks.
Seriously, if you ended up out there with your car gone dead, with 12 inches of snow and 20 degrees below zero, your lungs would collapse in a few minutes.
I remember how things work in the mountains. Luck doesn't exist.
As a FEMA agent, I have to insist...
You know, you're not the first man.
To do what?
To try and stop me.
Hey, wait!
Bye.
Wow.
What can go wrong? I have a 1986 Dodge.
I don't think your Dodge is gonna save you. At this point, I
won't stay here a minute more. No way. The attorney, he'll take care of everything. Fuck all this.
Which way am I going here? This way? No, it wasn't this way. So this is the office. This is where... Oh, it must be a model of the mountain area. Motel Timberline. Let's just double check the thing here. Take back the car and get away from here before the storm arrives. What are these things? Climbing boots, handmade buffalo leather, 1925. Crampons, climbing equipment, 1769. Painting. Indigenous snowshoes. The heck was that sound? Indigenous snowshoes. Distributes one's body weight over the surface of snow. Present from the Crow tribe to Ned McGrath, November 1886. Those look cool. Also extremely old. Rope, climbing equipment made of horsehair, 1888. Some pretty, they call them paintings, but they look more like photos. I feel like something's missing from here. Climbing pickaxe. Yeah, something is definitely missing from here, because the pickaxe should hang on those nails, and that looks more like climbing spikes to be driven into the rock. Climbing equipment from 1920. These look like more of the spikes for clinging to the mountainside, the rocks. An old-fashioned pair of skis that are way flatter than you would expect them to be. I wonder if they really started out that way. Snow goggles, compass, and knife. The most essential tools for surviving in the mountains. 1908, 1922, and 1980. Knife, compass, goggles. I doubt anybody can see through those goggles anymore. I can't help it, I'm still kind of curious. It's a really cool little lodge area here. Hunting made easy. Must be a guide about what things are edible when you go romping through the woods. A link with outside is what they got for the TV, huh? Rapunzel. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your long hair. Once upon a time, there was a man and his wife. They had wanted a child for a long time, but never had one. One day, a miracle happened to the woman, and the One day, a miracle happened, and the woman gave her husband the news that they were both had so long wished for. They were going to have a baby. The man and his wife lived in a house with a small window in the kitchen, overlooking a beautiful garden full of fresh vegetables and flowers. Unfortunately, there was a high wall of barbed wire around it, and no one creaking noises, and no one ever entered it because it belonged to a mighty witch who everyone was terrified of. And so the baker was cursed, and the child was taken and locked in a tower, and... Sorry, I digress. Wrong story. What is here? Man, this place is creepy. It's good to know there's a radio here. And the generator. Okay. So I'm supposed to make like a duck in leaf. No, that's not the right metaphor.
Tell me you changed your mind.
You there?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, right. It's a direct line.
I can't find my car keys. My fucking car keys. I left them on the seat.
You sure?
Oh god.
Think so? Maybe someone...
No. Listen. This office is about 12 miles from the hotel as the crow flies. It's 40 miles by road. There's nothing or no one in between, and that's not a good thing right now.
God damn it, I knew it.
Oh, maybe the keys are in your pocket.
Wow, that didn't even cross my mind.
Only trying to help.
Yeah, that was kinda bitchy.
Keys will turn up. The good news is that we have these new cell phones. That's what they call them. Radio doesn't reach out there. I bypassed the signal to create a direct line through a shortwave sequencer. It's like a two-way radio station that's always open.
Oh, this place. I vowed to never come back.
Listen, I might only be a voice, but remember I'm here for you. If you need me, just call. Seriously.
Ugh. Fine.
Am I really not alone here? Because that's bad. That's very bad. I don't suppose your keys are here? Yeah, that's right. They probably won't work. Alright, so I guess this is all I've got time for in this episode. And man, if I'm not the only one here, this is gonna be really, really freaky. So, we'll see you next time then. Until then, take care.